to our channel, Loving Handcrafts by BMW. So I am here today playing with a new crafting tool, and I've been making shadow boxes. I'm kind of slow to adopting new things, but I decided to give this a try because I have a lot of 12 by 12 paper that I don't know what to do with, paper pads that I don't know what to do with. So I thought this would be an interesting way to use some of that up and also make some shadow boxes. So I purchased this from We Are Makers, the shadow box punch board. Da, 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 da. I also purchased this as well for the hinge, but I haven't used this one yet. And I've been making different sizes. Now, I was watching a YouTube creator, a content creator, and she showed how to make different sizes, boxes, squares, rectangles, things like that, pencil boxes, a lot of different things. And I thought this was a good box to make for my little mini notebooks that I've been making. So we'll start that journey. And I haven't crafted anything for Christmas, so we're going to do something Christmassy. I've been playing around. This is like my little prototype, making this box. Just playing with different things, playing with things that I have in my stash. I've got some ephemera that I got from Michael's. Some stuff that I got from Hobby Lobby. I mean, I got a lot of stuff that I don't really use, but I thought I'd make an ornament. I would love to make this in a shaker box. I tried cutting the acetate to make a lid. I did make a lid, but it was an epic fail. Every time here's the little lid I made. Every time I made the lid and stuck it in here, it pushed out these corners. So I don't know what I did wrong when I was making this. Maybe I made it a little bit too, I don't know. But it didn't quite come out like I wanted to. But I'm going to keep trying because I think this would make a great shaker box. But we're going to do that. I'm going to keep trying. So these are like my little prototypes that I made at the beginning. These are me making more different style boxes. So we're going to do something different. I'm not going to show you how to make this exact box per se because I have some another idea, but I did, and I don't know how I got that backwards, but I did have an embossing folder that I used. So this is from Spellbinders, so I used this embossing folder from last year, and a little bit of Lisa Horton's metallic ink, and I had a brayer in my stash, so I just rolled that brayer on there and got that little like varnish look on that. I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I might end up doing something different. I don't know. Whoops. So let's put that back. I've got my hot glue gun warming up, so hopefully I may not be able to finish it in this video, but hopefully my idea was to hot glue that in like that little holly. And then I'm going to hot glue these sides because they're not sticking. And I think I'm going to pop that up. So if I don't make this into a shaker, then I'll just make it into a regular ornament. And then I've got some gold twine right here that I'm going to stick on the back and turn it into an ornament. But that's the idea, if I wanted to do that or stick something up in the corner or something like that. But that's the idea. So last night I was playing in my stash and I came across this paper pad. Ta-da! I've never used this paper pad from Cartabella. I've never actually used it at all. I got it, so it's got some pretty nice stickers in here. It's got some cut aparts that you could possibly use. So, and it's double-sided. So, because it's double-sided, that kind of made me like, ooh, let's go and let's do another one. And I'm like, okay, well, this would be a good idea to do on camera. I kind of like this one too. And then that would be the inside of it. Okay, let's use this one. So I'm going to use this one. Okay, so that's done. Put this back up. I was going to use this one, but I think I like this one. Okay, I can't decide. Okay, so let's talk about how I'm going to do this. Let me put this away. I'm going to stick with what the instructions are on the actual device. So bring that up. So for your box, you can make a 2x2 box with a 6x6 paper, and I think that made that one. I didn't make a 3x3. I kind of skipped that. This is a 3x3. I mean, a 4x4, and your paper size is 8x8. And then if you make a 5x5, it's 9x9. So we're gonna do that. But this is the 4x4, and I thought I made a 3x3, but I can't find it. So let's try that. Now, then these are not your traditional. As you can see, this is not a 5x5. You know, this is a rectangle, not a square. So I'll be doing more of those. And I really, really like that I can now present my little mini notebooks in that. But that's for another day. I'll put that down. But that's another idea. All right. So I'm going to go get my paper cutter. And I'm going to cut my paper using this 4x4 because I think that would be a nice, I think this would be a nice ornament, but it's really teeny, and I didn't think about doing a 3x3, so that could be what I use with the other one. But this is really cute, but it's really teeny in my eye. All right, so I'm gonna go cut this. I'll bring well, I can cut it here. Let me grab my big old board. I'll bring this in. This is the Works board. Gotten more confident in my cutting skills. Gotten a lot more confident. So this is a 12x12 sheet. So I'm going to cut it down to 8x8 and be mindful of the direction when I do it. I might not. Okay, let's cut this off first. Let's cut whatever this little thing is off at the bottom. Okay. And you're gone. We'll do 8x8. So I'm going to do 8, basically a square. And then I'm going to do 8. It comes together really easy. I'm going to hang on to these scraps. Because I think I'm going to because I can actually make a mini notebook with some of this, I think. I wanted to do a 3x3, so 7x7. So that would be 7. Oh yeah, I'm going to get 2 boxes. I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. So 7x7 while I'm here. By 7. Now I can do 2. Get a twofer. Okay, perfect. Did I just do what I thought I just did? Okay, I think I cut down my paper from... Okay, we're making a 3x3. That's what we're doing. Because that's what I just did. I thought I had a second piece. Okay. You know, yeah, we'll do a 3x3. It'll work. I'll make it work. Okay, so once you get your paper size, let me just make sure this is 7x7, so I won't jack up anything again. Hey, I don't have a 3x3. Maybe my brain went there, so we'll do that. So Now, these are the score lines. 2, 3, 4. Now, actually, the other night when I was practicing making this one, I forgot to score it and I just punched it, but I went back to score it, so it does work. That's a bonehead idea that I would do. So there's 4 score lines. You're going to score around all. Yeah. Okay, let me make sure. Make sure I get this in the right, because let me use this side because that's pretty directional. So 1, 2, 3, 4, turn, and then you just score 1, 2, screw that up there, 3, and 4, turn again, 1, 2, 3. I can't believe I did that. Hallelujah. 4. This might be a better size too. The reason I did that 4 by box is because these, like that medallion thing, would try to make sure it would fit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can't really see it. Hopefully you can see it. So all 4 sides were scored. Okay. Put this back on board. So the next step is to now punch it. Now you can do whatever you prefer. I'm going to move it over here. So I'm going to punch it on one side. I'm going to start on this side. So, and then you're going to punch it on the opposite side. So just make sure it's all the way in. And then I move it over, and that's the second punch. Then you flip. Make sure it's all the way up to where it can't go anymore. Punch. Flip it again. Punch. Okay, then you're going to flip it back over, and then, yep, you're going to do it on the opposite side. I did it on the short side. I usually do it on the long. Well, it won't matter. It's going to be the same because it was a square. Okay, just continue on. Don't overthink it, Brenda. And flip. Oh, I don't know what that was. Okay. So, oh, it's a smaller box, that's why it is. 1, and slide it over till it can't go anymore, so it's right in here. And then 2. And then that is the box. Okay. If you're left with these, hang on to those. Move that out the way. Now, let's make sure I got this. You can decide which, I think I want this to be my inside. If I wanted this to be my inside, then it depends on how you fold. So I want this to be the bottom of the box. So this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to go here, and here, and here. Okay, curl that up. Do the opposite side here. I'm going to do the other one too here. So I want to do the bigger one here. Okay, and then that curls up like that. Now I've got my, you can use your little tool to varnish or crease these, but these work. And basically, now it just becomes, you know, a gluing project. And I don't have a lot of pattern paper in my stash, but I'm going to do a dry fit for you. Oh, that's pretty. That's really nice. That's what that's going to look like. And basically, I'm just rolling them together. So let me slow down. So this rolls and rolls. So you want this to come and be like right here. Like that. So you really want it up against that score line, just like that. Okay, that's the goal. And then you roll this one as well. So we're really going to be paying really attention and take our time. And I'm going to glue these down, but this is kind of like the dry fit. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Brain's working. Brain's working. Oh yeah, that's small. Oh, that's nice. That's a smaller size than that. See the difference? So this is really, now the reason I didn't make that box is because that won't fit, but you should have something in your stash that would fit. Let's see. Little snowman. Put the little snow guy in there. Could pop him up. Let's see. He doesn't really go with the colors, but I got a little frosty guy. Little season. Ooh, that almost fit. Like season's greeting. Whoops, I don't know if you can see that. Stuff I just picked out of my stash. Let's see. Oop. You could put that in there. Da, 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 da. Then I have some. What would go good with that? Maybe this green. Christmas wishes. But I'm going to glue it down. But you can do Christmas wishes like that. Oh, that's perfect. And then a Santa. Little Santa guy. I think if I would do the Santa just for you, maybe. That's pretty. So there, look at that. That would work, huh? That's pretty clever. I like that. I think I'm going to go with this. And I do like the holly in there, like that. But I got to get my hot glue gun. I haven't used it in a while, so it is not going. Okay, so my hot glue gun is not going good. It's still like, come on. I'm looking at it. Come on, come on. It's charging because it's a cordless one, and I haven't used it in a minute, so it doesn't have any life or juice. Okay, so now here's what I'm going to do. Now I can go ahead and, now this is where you can choose to do what you would like to do. I'm a fan of liquid glue. So what I'm going to do is, I've got a little bit of tape runner right here. You can use score tape, but you want to make sure you tape something. So I'm going to tape these, this mitered edge down using a little bit of tape runner. And I'm just going to do a little bit of glue so I can make sure I get that butted up, just in case. So a little double protection. So what I'm going to do is roll this down. Let me bring it down a little bit. There we go. I'm going to roll this up. And then my goal is to get this right to the edge so I can make a square. Right to the score line. Right there. Okay, kind of sort of see it. And then I can make sure, there we go, I can lay it flat. And so I wanted to put that glue on it so it could, if I had to maneuver it a little, it could come up. So I'm going to do the same thing, a little bit of tape runner, a little bit of liquid glue here. I was talking to my husband last night and I said, hey, I'm a month late. You're supposed to do Christmas in July. Well, I'm doing Christmas in August. I said, so I'm kind of late. But I was on the fence when I first saw this. So I was kind of on the fence about it, if I wanted to get it or not. So I'm trying to make sure I get this folded just so. Making sure I got it just so, because it should fold over very easily. Yep, like that. Yep, there we go. Now again, and then, now I watched Mr. Crafty Tina, and she put a little score tape right here, so I'm going to try that. So I've got this smaller, I've got a little score tape, so let's use a little score tape. I am way out of my comfort zone using tape runners and score tape. Just out of my comfort zone. Just saying. Can I just put that out there? So she put the score tape right in, right above the crease, but right here. Okay, and I've never actually done this, so you're watching me do it on right now on the recording because I've never done it. Never, ever, ever. I'm going to burnish that down, and I'm going to make sure, so when you fold it up, it should, in theory, that's why I'm going to leave. It's not going to work, I'm not going to leave that cover on there. So in theory, it should capture this guy, in theory. If I can get it to fold over. Yep. Come on. There we go. So it should capture that and keep it in place. Okay, so that's the idea. We shall see. And as you can see, once you do it a couple of times, it's really, yeah, there we go. It's really, really quick. So I'm going to, again, put a little liquid glue. That just gives you a little bit of grace before it gets stuck. So now you're still making the tube, so you're going to continue to roll and then roll it under the mitered corner and get it in there. Come on. Okay, yep. And then roll it up. And then get it stuck down. And it should capture that bottom. That score tape should capture it. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, so we'll do it the next side. Just want to make sure I had it right before I committed to the other side. And then now you can do both sides. So I'm going to stick it right there. Okay, I guess I'll put it right there. Kind of cut it too long, but we'll do that. Burnish that. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I think, and then I was actually watching another content creator, and they were, whoops, oh, what the heck is got? They used their hot glue gun, under, to keep those corners, because these corners want to fight. It fights you every step of the way. These mitered corners, like it's fighting. It does it. So they were using their hot glue gun. I was like, oh, that was a good idea. Just use the hot glue gun, and that'll take care of this this issue. Oh yeah, see how it goes in? See how that came together? Oh, that's clever. Okay, perfect. And then I got enough room for the Santee, so that looks like that's the front, since it's directional. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. Let me look. Okay, yeah, here we go. Yep, so this is it. So Santa. Santa. I think I thought I got some score tape. So now the only thing left to do is to get these in. So I'm going to try this. That's why I said hold on to these scraps, because is I'm going to paint that glue right in here. And it's going to give me just a little bit of glue to hold those corners in. And I'm going to use this little scrap. Go both ways with that glue. I can use that to glue that up. So I'm going to hold these two sides in. That's the only thing that once you get it to hold, it's there. But if you're fiddling with it, as I was fiddling with it, sometimes this it pops out. I was messing with it before the glue set. So I'm getting it right in there and right on both sides. And then I'm holding it for a second. But all in all, I think this is a really good, like, if I make a bracelet or something, I can make my own little jewelry box for that. To coordinate, like if you make some earrings or something like that. Okay, yeah. Okay, maybe I need to use the other side. It's getting a little bent. So I'm using my Leo method. I'm just going to paint that glue. And then I don't get a whole lot of glue, but just enough to pull those sides together using that method. That's my solution. So now I want to make sure. And then I think I have some stickers. So my thought process was when I do if I don't, I'm going to make some. When I do the twine on the back, I'm going to have a sticker here. A Christmas sticker. So I've got to find some. I thought I had some in my stash. Pretty sure I do. But this gives me, like, I think this is cute. I just picked the wrong snowman colors for my little snowman. But wouldn't that be darling in there with some snow just resting in there? I think he's cute. And I have some more. This I made last year. And I made it on the card. So I've got some different characters' faces that would fit. If Santa can fit, then I've got a reindeer. I can't remember. There's four of them. A reindeer, a snowman, or something like that. And I just think that's darling. So, okay, yeah. So here we go. And then you can do just for you. You can put it across. Oh, maybe I'll do it like that. Like across there. And then like that. Let me get a pop-up. I'm going to pop him up. See if I have some pop dots over here. I should have some, but maybe I don't. I'll be right back because I gotta go get some foam squares. Be right back. Okay. I'm not sure if I want to pop that up too, but I'm definitely gonna pop up the Santa Claus. So I need to do that one. Kind of put that on there. Yep. Make sure I'm in frame. Oh, yeah. So I was thinking this morning, I said, oh my goodness, crafting, I'm doing some craft therapy. So not some retail therapy. I had a really rough week at work. So I am using this time for some craft therapy. Because I tell you, I needed it. It was an awful, awful week. So Santa's going to be popped up a little bit. I was like, I know I got something in my stash that's Christmas related. I know I do. So I was like, let me look. And I did. Okay, you know what's bothering me, y'all? Y'all should see my desk. Okay, That's bothering me. That's bothering me. This is bothering me. I just feel like I felt like I was more organized. Don't feel like I'm organized right now. I don't know what it is. I just feel like I'm all over the map. Scattered covered chunks, but that'll work. Okay, so a little bit of glue on that. And let's make sure, so, I'm sorry, let me see if I get Santa in there. Just so. There's Santa. And then I think I like it on a bias, just for you. I don't know. No, I think I like it that way. And if I get it just right, so it'll all be on there. But if it goes over, since it's like an ornament, so I don't think it'll matter. See if I got enough real estate on there for it. Pop it up. Should have enough. That's my thought. Oh my God, it's glare. I'm sorry, y'all, it's glaring. I did buy some new lights and I haven't put them up. Because, oh wow. Let's see if that's going to work. Oh yeah, that's nice. So, one side feels higher than the other. You know what? I'm going to put that back on there. Just cut a different size. It's just a pain in the butt to put them up, because I have to put them up every time I film and then take them down, because I still have to live in this room. I still have to do stuff in this room other than filming. So, but that's pretty cool. Again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this just to give me a little bit of wiggle room. I can't believe it. See how things change? Maybe subconsciously I wanted to use the Santa. Sorry if you hear some work. I'm having some work done in the house. I was hoping to have this finished. My filming done. Okay. Let's see. Just for you. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty clever. Look at that. Just for you. Oh, yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Let me take it back out. Just for you. Let's do a little cleaning. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been without a shower. We have a second bathroom, so we have an ensuite bathroom, so we're having the shower redone and the floors redone and the walls redone because there's been some water damage. Yeah, so it's been quite challenging. Because Willie and I are on different schedules, so it's quite challenging for us to. I'm gonna put a little knot on this. To share one bathroom after having two bathrooms for such a long time, because when we originally purchased the house, you know, one bathroom. But we have a second bathroom, so it's all working out really good. But we're having some work done on that second one. All right, come on. I'm trying to put a little thing. So my thought process is, and I thought I had, and I didn't check this morning, but to cover when I put the little twine on the back, like that, is to go ahead and put a sticker back here and glue this down and then put a sticker to cover the knot and everything, and then I'll have a little little ornament. And then that's the idea. And so you can have an ornament on the tree. I love it. I think this is cute. This is adorable. If you are interested in this type of things, this is like my superpower. Crafting is my superpower. Like, subscribe, comment. Just let me know, because I am having a very enjoyable time doing this. I can't wait to stick this down. And then I'm going to go say, hey, Willie, look what I made. And he's going to be like, yeah, Brenda, that's nice. So I'm going to see if I can get him on. Come to back. He hasn't been back in the craft room in a while. So I'm going to see if I can get him to come. You know, if you want to. Now you can blink them out. Again, I still like that idea of putting breaking that dimensional plane. I think that's going to tip it off really good. So just wait for my hot glue. Yeah. And still red. Still charging. So again, like, subscribe, comment, and I will talk to you guys later. Happy shadow boxing.